And we're about to start here. Actually, it's about two sec. I'm gonna say 2 seconds. I gotta move this over there. And now, yeah, there we go. Look at that. You asked for it, and it starts. Here we go. We are second game today. Friday afternoon / evening Eurocast. I'm your host, the Judge. As I hope some of you guys know, at least. I hope you were here yesterday. We had a good time yesterday. I had a good time, at least. And I hope you had a good time too. First ban coming out for Blue Team is going to be G4 ban. Saw that in the last game this afternoon as well. It seems that no one wants to play against G4 today, and who can blame him? He's strong in the jungle, and he can be a real jerk. First ban for Purple Team, they're going to ban out Cassidy. Also saw him banned today. The anti-caster, no one wants to play against that, especially when you're in the middle. Blue Team's bringing out a Thresh ban. Got to see some Thresh play earlier today. Hope you were in on that one. But we won't see any of that this game, as he has been banned out. Thresh, a very strong support. And I figure any support should know how to play him. And we'll finish up with Blue Team's bans. They're going to finish it off, round it out with a Zed ban, a mid ban, and very strong burst damage. So I don't blame them for banning that one. And Purple Team's final ban is going to be Zach. And by final ban, I mean second last ban, because they still have one more. And they're going to ban out Fizz. And these are fairly common bans we see here on the European server. Zach and Fizz, Zach very strong in the jungle. His ganks are out of this world. And he's also great in the top lane, especially if you were to combo him with a J4. They have really good teamwork. You get that, you put down the net, as I call it, the Cataclysm, and then Zach becomes the ball, and he dunks multiple times into that net. And basketball. And then they're banning out Fizz. Fizz, another strong mid. That's pretty much all Fizz can do, really, that I've seen is mid Fizz. So not a bad choice on their part. Blue Team looks like they're going to pick up their mid player already. Look, they're going to pick up that Ahri. Ahri very strong in the middle. She does get that, what's it called? The thing, you know. Spell Vamp. That's the word I was looking for. I got it. So she does get fairly decent Spell Vamp using her abilities. And if she can cut that right down line of minions, that's a lot of health she gets back. So not a bad pick on her part. Purple Team, they're going to go ahead and pick some champs now. I got 20 seconds on the clock. And it looks like they're hovering over Ryze. They haven't locked it in yet. Ryze, viable solo top, and decent in the middle too. So he's fairly versatile. And it looks like they're going to pick up Nasus again. At least they're hovering over Nasus. I think Deathus played... I think Deathus actually played Nasus yesterday. Although I can't remember off the top of my head. But they are going to lock that Nasus in. Nasus, as long as he can get his farm up, that Q starts to hit like a bus. So that should be... I'm hoping we see some big chunks coming off of towers with that Nasus. Blue Team now picking up a couple more champs, hovering over that Lee Sin. We saw Lee Sin played yesterday in the West, on the West server here. So we'll see if they decide to lock that in, or if they nope, they are going to lock that in. They're going to keep that Lee Sin. Might see him in the jungle or maybe top. Lee Sin very good at both of those positions. But we'll see what they decide to do after after we get all the champs selected. And then we got an Olaf, potential jungle, potential solo top again. So I think we've got our jungle and solo top selected for Blue Team, and potentially also for Purple Team there with that Ryze pick. But they might change it up. You never know. They decide to pick up a Cassiopeia and Leona picks. Cassiopeia, I think we'll probably see Cass in the middle, as I don't ever see her go anywhere but there. Maybe you could jungle. She does have fairly strong minion clear, so I suppose there's potential for it, but you never know. You never know what they're going to do, so we'll see what the pick on that is. And then we got the Leona, most likely support, but could see solo top Leona. I don't know. I've heard of a Leona in the solo top before, but we probably will see that support Leona. Just going by what usually happens. And then we've got our support pick, Janna again. I believe Johnny Balls Deep played Janna yesterday as well. And then they're going to pick up Ezreal. That's got to be AD Ezreal. I mean, no one else on their team is really an ADC. So that's going to be, I'm going to say AD Ezreal. And the final pick for Purple Team is going to be their Hecarim. And I'm going to, well, they do have a couple options for jungle on that team, but Hecarim doesn't really lane well. So most likely we'll see that Hecarim in the jungle. Oh. Someone was playing Janna yesterday, or maybe that was in a game I was playing. I don't know. I didn't actually end up going to bed until midnight Mountain Time, and I'd been up since 4 p.m. the day before. So it was long, almost 36 hours ish, something like that. I can't math it out right now because I don't really want to. But those games kind of ran together. And we are just on that 3-minute delay now. I see I wasted enough time rambling on about how I didn't sleep a lot. So I'll turn that off. And as you can see, we're going to probably have that Ahri in the mid lane with that Flash Ignite combo. She'll most likely go up against Cassiopeia, I think. Unless... Wow, their team is interesting. The comp is odd, but I'm digging it. I think we might see that Ezreal against Cass bottom lane. I have played a Cass in the bottom lane before. It's kind of fun. So that might be what's going on with that. Who knows? And then we've got Ryze. Well, actually, with Nasus with Teleport, I'd say he's going to be our solo top. And Ryze maybe in the mid lane, with that Cassiopeia with Flash Barrier in the bot, and the support of Leona backing her up all the way with her stuns. Stunning in the poison might be the tactic that wins the game. It could work, and of course Hecarim jungle, because that's what Hecarim does. Excuse me. Hopefully I see an arcade Hecarim. I love that skin. Sounds a lot like Soundwave from 80s Transformers. And that's always a good time. Back to blue team, though, as I started on them, and then I got sidetracked by not knowing where purple team's going with this build. But we'll see that Ahri in the mid. She doesn't really go anywhere else. Of course, Lee Sin in the jungle with that Flash Smite. I suppose you could lane Smite, but that's kind of silly. There's much better laning abilities. And then you'll see Olaf, most likely in that top lane. In fact, that's where I'm gonna go ahead and say that is where Olaf will be, with Janna in the bot support, and the Ezreal in bottom lane. Couldn't think of his name, but you will see that as an AD Ezreal in the bot. I wonder if he'll blue Ezreal. It's pretty good. He'll be able to kite decently and poke back at that Cassiopeia, who will be dropping poison whenever/wherever she can. If she goes to bottom, I'm not sure. We could see AD Ryze, and that would be new. I've never seen that. But I'm looking forward to seeing it, that's for sure. Take a sip of water here. while I got the chance. And the purple team's team comp is very interesting. No classic ADC on that. I'm really focusing on that. That's odd. Blue team's is very classic, classic AD or classic team comp for season 3, of course. But the other teams, not so much. But it's time for a little bit of this. Game4Glory.net. Sign up for a free account now. Just fill in the required information, and within minutes, you'll be on your way to winning money for your favorite games. It's just that easy. Select your favorite games from PC, Xbox, and PS3. Then, once you've selected your game, select the appropriate time slot, region, and rank for your skill level, and get ready to have some fun. Game4Glory hosts free games every week. Once you win a few games, you'll notice that you've accumulated a few calories. Game4Glory also offers a streaming profile, where you can link your Twitch account to your Game4Glory account. Anytime you go live on Twitch, it will show in the Player POVs section of the website. This will help get your name out to the world. You'll also be able to check out previous streams from our Game4Glory shoutcasters. Still have questions? Check out the FAQ section of the website. If you don't find what you're looking for, go ahead and pop a question into the G4G chat. There's always someone online. Game4Glory.net. Experience esports. And we're back to the game. I hope you guys enjoyed that little dangle. And looks like we got some of those new skins. That's making me happy. And now we've got a pause, of course. I'm casting, and therefore there has to be a pause in the game. So that's what happens. So I throw this little hand of nod image up because I don't want you guys looking at maps and hacksing and cheatsing and whatnot. Builds are looking pretty good. Purple team so far has more wards, but Olaf hasn't bought anything yet. But at any rate, how are you guys? How's everyone doing today? Because it's the start of the game, I don't know. Just accept it. Just let it happen, alright? But no one's answered my question. I want to know how you guys are doing today. It's good. I hope it's good. Hope you're having a good day. Evening. Whatever it is. It's day for me, so I'm saying day. I hope you had a good day. At work. At school. At, whatever it is you're doing. Well, that's a great day. I didn't have a bad day. I slept until 10:30 my time. And we're about to resume, and that's good times for everybody, because that means I can start yelling and getting excited about stuff, because I like to get excited. Looks like we are going to see this Cassiopeia in the bottom lane. Breaking the meta, guys, and I like broken metas. And I hope you do too, because this is going to be fun. And now my frames are dropping, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. I don't care. Cassiopeia and Heck looking for the invade, guarding against it. Lee Sin starting at his red buff, as he does not need blue. Nasus also guarding against an invade. It looks like these guys are just trying to watch for each other. Nothing exciting happening so far. Quite a few more wards out for purple team there. Not too many, but a few. We'll see how that plays out for them. That Lee Sin starting with the Doran's Blade in the jungle. I've seen a few jungles actually start with that lately. It seems to be getting some traction as a popular jungle item. Everyone just kind of dispersing back to their thing now that minions are spawning, so they're not too concerned. Does Lee Sin throw that coconut as his orb? He should. That would be way better. Cassiopeia needs to be careful with that poison, or else she's going to accidentally take that blue buff. And that's not something that we want to see. Well, she might like to see it, but I don't think the jungle would like to see it. Nasus is taking quite a beating there from Olaf, but Olaf getting minioned, so he needs to be careful. Poison going down. This is interesting, but with that Janna shield, it's not going to do a whole lot early game here. Just a little bit of extra harass, I suppose, but I think Cassiopeia should be able to clean up minions fairly decently with that poison. I kind of like seeing an AP with a support bot. Olaf really putting the pressure on this this Nasus here, as Olaf does with his strikes. Cassiopeia trying to push back, but oh, Hecarim coming in for a gank now on the Lee Sin. Nasus coming down. Hecarim is ignited, and he gets dropped from the Olaf. Olaf now dealing extra damage to Nasus, trying to push him back, and that gave Olaf double buffs now. Leona going in on Janna here. Janna burns her shield, and she's able to get poisoned by Cassiopeia without being able to guard against it, taking some extra damage there. So she needs to watch out for that. Olaf now taking some tower hits. He does not seem to care about this Nasus, and that coconut does appear above Nasus' head there, if you saw that. That's kind of cool. That's pretty sweet, actually. Leona going in now on Ezreal. Ezreal needing to back off, doing his little flashy flash. Janna now throwing some wards down, vision wards. Leona with just the ward in that bottom bush there. Hecarim now back up top for a gank, but he's not going to be able to make it in. And yeah, he definitely throws that coconut. And he's being out, and he gets a little palm tree. That's really cool. Hecarim sticking around top there. He wants some retribution for his death. Rise pushing on this Ahri pretty decently. Hecarim's still up top, though, and I don't think Olaf was expecting it. Olaf gets knocked back. Where's the Wither? There's the Wither. The Wither goes out. Hecarim now dealing as much damage as he can, but Nasus needs to back off or else he is going to die. Olaf almost going down, but not quite enough damage going out there. And Hecarim's just going to stick around top for a bit here, and we'll see what happens. Nasus now pushing back his lane a bit. He's taking that axe, and he needs to be careful because he will burn with Broloff with that red buff. Rise getting charmed here, but the Rune Prison goes down on Ari. The burning is happening on Rise. He was ignited, and Ari flashes in and throws a little Foxfire at him, and that is it for Rise. Gets dropped. Looks like Lee Sin was coming down for a gank, but Ari did not need it this time around. So Lee Sin's going to do some counter jungling here, try and stop Hecarim from taking the rude dudes. Hecarim's going to come back around, though, and rearrange the icons. Can I do that? Is that an option? Oh, damn! Alright, okay. Sorry, guys, I didn't realize I could do that. But now it should be all set up perfectly. Lanes are set up properly, and you can see who's against who down in the bottom there. Thank you, Padfoot. I'm going to go ahead and give you a shout-out here for letting me know I can do that. Can I do it over here, too? No, I can't. Okay, that just... Okay. Alright. Alright, now you can see exactly where people are. Hecarim coming in for a gank on middle here. Rise not quite in position for that gank, but Lee Sin is going to come in. It looks like they're going to pick up another kill on Rise. That Rune Prison. Leona throwing her umbrella over at that Janna. Poison's going down on Janna as well. She's about 50%. I suppose it's he. I know Johnny Balls Deep, that guy streams on Game for Glory. Check him out. I'm going to throw out a thing here. Check out anyone who streams on Game for Glory because, well, you're watching our stream, so you might as well support our players as well, right? Poison going down from Cassiopeia. She's trying to get some farm now. Leona going in and body blocking. Nasus pushed back under his tower here. So far, he can't really compete with that Lee Sin, with Olaf there. But Lee Sin is in this bush, and they know he's there. They have that ward down, and they couldn't kill it. Blue team couldn't kill it quite in time. Ari just barely missing her charm there, but she's going to go ahead and tower dive it anyway. I don't think she even took a tower hit there. And Rise now below 50%. He needs to be careful or get the heck out. Hecarim looks like he's coming around for a gank, but Ari needs to be careful here. She doesn't have any wards down, but she is going to back off as all of her minions are dead. Nasus now taking the Stoner Brothers, trying to get some extra experience here. Farm up a bit more health, too. He does have that passive lifesteal. And Hecarim's going to go ahead and give blue rocks to Rise here, and that'll help out Rise a lot, as he does get bonus from having more mana, as I'm sure most of, if not all of you guys know. And Olaf really putting the pressure on this top lane here. Whipping his axes around and just dealing really decent damage to this Nasus. Nasus having trouble farming his Q, it seems, because of it. And every time he goes in to try and land his Q, he just gets hit by that thunder, and it's dealing decent damage here. Just really keeping him underneath his tower. Not much he can do about it. Cassiopeia now going in on this Janna here. She is burning from the poison, and she got hit there just by the fangs at the last second. But Janna broke out of poison, saved herself, theirself, and now looks like bottom lane's gonna put some pressure on here, trying to throw the poison out, hit that Janna, burn him down, but to no avail so far. Ezreal's really putting the damage down on Leona here, and there's double ult there from Cassiopeia and Leona. I think that was Leona's ult. Barrier goes down from Ezreal. Ezreal's almost dead. He is poisoned. He needs to be careful now. Ari going in on this Rise fairly hard. Cassiopeia flashing in, throwing her fangs out, and getting a kill here. Ari is almost getting this Rise. Rise needed to back off. He is going to jump in and try and get Ari down. Ari is burning, and Hecarim jumps in out of nowhere and takes down, helps take down Ari there, but Hecarim actually didn't do anything. She was ignited, and she got the tower, but she died. Not much could come of that from them. I thought Hecarim might have picked up that kill, but the Ignite got her. Which kind of surprised me. Leona now just kind of giving up there. She knew she couldn't get out, so she Just went under the tower and got herself killed a bit faster, a bit sooner. So she respawned. Cassiopeia now looks like she's coming. Maybe she was thinking of getting blue, but blue is not up yet for purple team. And Lee Sin throwing down a ward in their jungle there. Lee Sin looks like he might be building a sight stone pretty quick here. He's got those dual Dorans and a one of those things, ruby crystal. So I think you'll probably see a sight stone come out of that Lee Sin. Cassiopeia's down there at bottom all alone. She needs to be careful. She needs to throw her poison out there and try and farm some minions while she's hanging back. It looks like that's exactly what she's going to do. Nasus doesn't, or Nasus. Olaf doesn't seem overly concerned with that puddle of goo on the ground, but Hecarim coming in for a gank here. Olaf trying to ghost out. Nasus now coming back in, dropping the ignite. Nope, not the ignite. Breaking out his ult though to survive that fight, and he's barely alive. He needs to be very careful now, as Ari is on her way up top, but Nasus is well gone. He is out of the way and not in harm's way currently. Ari now charming on this rise, hiding in that bush. She's waiting. She broke out her ult there, and she breaks it out again. She got Rune Prison. She was waiting to use it. The orb goes through. She's gonna pick up Rude Dudes and rise. Just that bottom gank. Why not? That jungle gank. She waited there. She thought Rise might come up because she was Mia, and she played that very well, and picking up a kill there for herself, putting her ahead of the Rise now, 4 kills to 1. Cassiopeia and Leona now pushing back their lane, trying to gain some ground so they're not so far back. Try and keep it in the middle at the very least. Dropping that poison, getting those last hits. Lee Sin and Ari now pushing up this mid lane. Rise and Hecarim look like they're on their way. And Lee Sin taking down that tower with a little bit of help from Ari and quite a bit of help from those minions for sure. Blue team's now up 2-0. And what is it with blue teams, guys? They seem to be winning these games hands down. Purple team can come back from this, though. They need to play smart, though. They need to take what they can get when they can get it, and try and bring it back. Lee Sin now saw Hecarim coming, and he's gonna go ahead and try and fight him a bit. Leona coming in to back him up, as it were. But Hecarim is one of those champs that's got great disengage. He may fight, and if he needs to, he can just run. And yes, I notice I'm saying a lot in this match. I need to collect my thoughts, I suppose. Rise now picking up blue, and there I go again, twice. Ari coming around here. I think she might get stuck. She's going to get caught out, but Ari's one of those champs who can also disengage very well. Igniting Hecarim. Hecarim just kind of going down. Ari chasing him in, but she is ignited. She's burning. She's getting caught out. She's got the potion, but it's not enough. And she's just going to get dropped there. However, they did go 1-for-1 in a 2v1 situation. So blue team kind of came out ahead on that one, in theory. Olaf now going in on this Nasus. Nasus taking chunks of damage, but not enough to really concern him overly. Lee Sin in the middle now with his flippy floppies. This Olaf is really dealing mad damage to Nasus here. Just every time he hits him, just chunking him down. I believe that deals true damage, if I'm not mistaken. And that would be why it's always dealing the same amount of damage. Purple team now trying to push back their bottom lane. Leona really getting aggressive here. But she's taking a bunch of free hits from this Ezreal, giving him the chance to hit her. I don't know where I was going to go with that sentence. Hecarim now coming in from the top, but Olaf unable to be disabled. Nasus needing to break out his ult so that he did not die. Now Olaf's just going to stick around. He doesn't even care because Lee Sin is coming up for a gank as well. Hecarim getting kind of boxed in there, but he's going to be able to make it out. Like I said, Hecarim's got really good disengage, so he doesn't need to worry too much. Blue team now pushing back the bottom lane. Ari appears to be counter jungling for Lee Sin. And Rise coming up now. Ari going in on Rise. Rise was not expecting that one. Ari just popping out of that bush there. It looks like she was just holding the red buff for one of her partners, teammates. That's what I wanted to say. Couldn't think of the damn word for some reason. And now Lee Sin's still in that top lane. Hecarim coming in, just trying to scare him off there. Lee Sin was doing some counter jungling, throwing wards down. Blue team's throwing down. Actually, not a lot of wards. There aren't a lot of wards in this game so far. But we might see more, because wards win games, guys, and they save lives. Ari now pushing back in her mid lane. She's back to her lane there, throwing some Foxfire at Hecarim, and he did not like that, but she's going to back off now. And where's she going to go? She's just going to be out. All right. Ezreal now back in his lane, trying to farm it up, get some farm going. Throwing his ult down the middle there. It's got a short enough cooldown, he says. He doesn't really care. He'll have it up by the time he needs it. Hecarim dealing with the rude dudes here. Looks like he's safe to be out, even though there is a ward in that bush. No one is around him, so no one's going to get the gank on him. Lee Sin taking his own red buff. Rise taking the dog. Janna solo pushing bottom lane there. Where's Ezreal? He beat out. Okay. Wasn't sure where he went, but he did in fact be out. So I'm not too concerned about it. Cassiopeia putting the pressure down on this bottom lane here, as Ezreal was not there to help out. But Lee Sin looks like he's coming down for a gank as well. He's ready for a sweet, sweet juke. And we'll see if that goes well for him. Leona is pushed up into that second bush in the bottom lane there. She's ready to fight. Ari's cut out 2v1, but Olaf is on his way down. The ult comes out from Hecarim. Ari's trying to get out, but she's going to go down. Teleport coming in from Nasus there. He's trying to get in and help out. Olaf unable to be disabled here. He's running away. Throwing out his axe to slow down. Double kill for Cassiopeia. Picks up the kill on Lee Sin and on, what's his name there? Hecarim. Trying to get this kill on Olaf, and he is going to take it. And Cassiopeia picking up another kill on the Ezreal. 2v3 bottom lane, and they came out ahead. They are now catching up. It's only 10-9 now for Purple Team. They're starting to push back here very strongly. And see in the chat there, people are thinking this wasn't looking good for the Purple Team, but then Purple Team pulled that out, and it's starting to turn around for them. They're going to get Dragon here uncontested. Ezreal wouldn't have made it there even if he threw his ult out there. Cassiopeia now definitely needs to leave. Nasus doesn't, but he might as well go spend some money. And maybe try and get some more so he can... well, he needs more health to block that true damage coming at him. It looks like Hecarim's going to give blue rocks here to Rise. Rise could definitely use that. And that'll give him an advantage in the top lane. And by the top lane, I mean the lane that is above the bottom lane, the mid lane. Lee Sin now just checking. Make sure no one was in that bush. He's going to get the Stoner brothers. Rise picking up the dog. Still no towers for Purple Team yet, but they are starting to come back for sure. Lee Sin looks like he's coming around for a gank with that Ari. It looks like there's going to be a 4v2 gank in the bottom. Leona not aware of it. And here they come. Charm goes down on Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia gets shut down by the Ezreal ult. And Leona just does not stand a chance to get out of there. Even under a tower, Ezreal taking hits there, but it's not going to bother him all that much. The guard coming in from Lee Sin, and it looks like they're going to get this bottom lane. Rise and Hecarim now on their way down there, but it's still 4v2, and it would be silly. And it looks like Olaf is just going to start taking down this top tower, and he's just going to switch over to Nasus now and chunk him down. So Nasus really needs to get out of there. Nasus breaking his ult out. The charm lands on Rise. Lee Sin kicks over to Rise and takes him down. Olaf running now. Nasus flashing over that wall trying to get the kill. Wither goes down on Olaf. Olaf needs to be careful, but he's not going to make it out alive. But Purple Team is going to trade that one kill for 2 towers. And it's not going to be worth it in the long run. The taunt goes down on Cassiopeia again. Cassiopeia taking a bit of damage there. Ezreal still hopping around here. He gets slowed. Doesn't get stoned, though. Cassiopeia's burning. Will she make it out alive? She does have that potion going, so she's going to be okay. As long as she doesn't take too many minion hits here. She's still burning, but she's going to make it out. Maybe that burns just from her red. But she's not dying, so it's alright. Ezreal does drop there, but at what cost? At what cost to purple team? Nasus really trying to take down this tower here. Ahri's on her way up, though. He is chunking it fairly hard. The charm goes down onto Nasus. Nasus just taking a beating from Ahri and from the tower. And she's going to go ahead and take down Nasus. I'm not sure why she didn't do it sooner. She probably could have saved that tower, I think. Maybe she just didn't have abilities off of cooldown there. And that would have definitely affected her ability to take down those towers. And by those towers, I mean the Nasus. Cassiopeia and Leona cleaning up some wards on their way back bottom. They need to try pushing back now. See what they can do. Olaf really not leaving his lane much. He's going for the split push tactic. We saw this yesterday from that Renekton, and it worked out really well for them. And I think that's what we're going to see here. Hecarim and Ryze here ready for a gank. Nasus cannot be disabled, though. And it looks like he's just going to try and focus down that Ryze. As the Rune Prison will not affect him. But that Fear certainly will, as his ult is worn off. And it looks like Olaf not quite as strong a split pusher as Renekton was. But there are some pretty sweet ganks coming up top now. Ahri's on her way bottom. It looks like purple team's well aware of it, though. And blue team grouping up now. They're ready to fight this. Cassiopeia and Leona need to be careful. The ult goes out from Cassiopeia and just takes down Ahri with minimal resistance. There's not much you can do about that when you get ulted from Cassiopeia. She ults you and drops you in that pool of poison, and you just cannot get away. The Wither goes down onto this, not Nasus, but Lee Sin. Lee Sin kicking Hecarim back through all of purple team, essentially stopping them from catching Ezreal and this Leona. And by Leona, I mean Janna. Ezreal poking out this Leona now, dealing a bit of damage. Not a lot, but a bit. Trying to get some free pokes off. Cassiopeia back in her lane. She needs to be careful here. Maybe be out. Does she have a Leandries yet? That's what I need to see. She does. All right. Leandries very good on Cassiopeia, as I'm sure most of you guys know. Olaf now going in on this Ryze. Rune prisoned. He doesn't break out his ult yet. As his ult is not quite on cooldown. But he is going to chase this Ryze down. Rune prison breaking out again. Throwing the axe. And where's the ult? He doesn't need it. Whips his axe at him and takes him down. Now he's got that Ahri back up as well. And almost the entire team, just not Ezreal. Ezreal is back at base right now. Olaf breaking out some potions, healing up. I think he's probably going to... I thought he might be out at that tower, but he's not going to. He's just going to go ahead and hang out. Lee Sin now taking that large root dude for himself, throwing the coconut. Ahri getting the charm off on Nasus, and there's nothing Nasus can do about that one. He is ignited. Lee Sin coming in for the save. The ult comes out from Nasus, but it won't be enough to get out. Hecarim and Leona now need to run. The stun from Leona drops, but it's not going to hit anybody. it did slow Ahri. I guess it technically hit her, but it didn't stun her. Leona and Hecarim now watching, going back in. Olaf now heading back to his top lane, going for that split push tactic. Dragon is back up now, and purple team's calling for it. Or they're pinging it at least, but I think blue team is definitely going to go get it. Purple team's going to go down and try and contest it. Janna throwing wards out so they can see what's happening. And I think you should focus on watching the game. Work's not important. Looks like purple team's going to go ahead and start on this dragon. Lee Sin throwing his coconut in there. That is forever what I will refer to that as. The charm lands on Hecarim. Blue team actually picks up the dragon over the wall. Oh, man. Gosh. Really well played for the blue team. I did not see that coming. Nasus and Olaf up top here Olaf going for that split push tactic again. And it looks like purple team's going to try and head up there, but Ari is in the mid lane. So if they abandon her, then Nasus might just get too chunked to save that tower. Brolof's going to try and steal these Stoner brothers. Ari is in that bush, but she's going to go ahead and ult through it, so she gets away from Nasus and Heck. Take a sip of water here. Lee Sin now throwing some wards down. He's watching their jungle, trying to keep track of everything. Janna and Lee Sin in the middle here. Ezreal still in his bottom lane. These teams, they really like their split push, and who can blame them? It's a good tactic. If you're focusing your whole team in one area, you're gonna forget someone, and that's never a good thing. But Cassiopeia, Janna coming down the mid now. Janna does have that Oracle, so she'll be able to clean up some wards. Ari in the middle as well. She's looks like they're gonna try and push down this lane. Olaf's there as well. They're calling for blue buff. I guess they want to get it. And Janna just cleaning. Gosh, Leona just cleaning up some of these wards. Looks like Hecarim's going to take his red buff. They're throwing wards down at Baron. Ezreal throwing his ult out, trying to steal that red buff, and he does steal it with his ult! Amazing timing on that. Wow. That was very nice steal. This blue team is really starting to get their objective control down. They stole that dragon. They've taken 5 towers to purple team's 1. And they ulted in on that red buff and stole it. Amazingly well timed. Leona trying to go in on Ari here, but Ari breaking out her Zhonya's here. Lee Sin now diving into the middle of everything. Nasus coming in with his ult, but Nasus is going to get dropped down. Cassiopeia flashing in, getting her ult off onto Ezreal. Hecarim now hanging out in a pool of poison, trying to save his own life with it, but to no avail. Olaf coming out of nowhere from the top. Lee Sin kicking over that wall with the coconut kick. Olaf cannot be disabled, and he's just going to chase down this Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia is going to pick up the kill on Ezreal, though. Ryze is 2v1 here. Shield goes down on on Brolaf, but Brolaf does not care for Ryze's shenanigans, and he's going to go ahead and pick up a kill there. And I think Lee Sin and Brolaf are going to go ahead and push over this tower with no resistance, as next person up, Nasus, will be up now, but these two can deal more than enough damage to take it and maybe an inhibitor down as well. Brolaf switching off for a second there, almost letting Lee Sin die, and they are not going to get that inhibitor actually. Nasus getting coconutted, I guess. Teams regrouping, getting themselves together. Leona cleaning up wards. Dragon will be up in 2 minutes, guys. See who tries it. See if purple team tries to take it again. Wouldn't be bad for them to get some extra gold, but blue team has a habit of stealing their objectives every time, so they need to be careful about that. At least for now, they do. They're now making a 4-man push down mid, but there are 3 to defend, and Lee Sin and Brolaf are on their way up to the middle. So they're going to back off. And by they, I mean the blue team. And by the blue team, I mean the purple team. Of course, you guys understand what I mean. Leona taking a few hits there, nothing too serious. Nasus and Hecarim in the jungle. Looks like we're going to engage. Olaf breaking out his ult there. He's going to chase down this Ryze. I don't think Ryze can make it out. Janna breaking out her ult there, keeping some people alive. Lee Sin now fighting. The charm goes off onto Hecarim. Hecarim almost dead. Lee Sin kicks in. Nasus breaking out his ult there. Cassiopeia breaking out her ult as well. But it looks like Ari just doesn't want to move anyway. She gets stoned, and then she breaks out her Zhonya's. But Olaf just dealing that true damage to Cassiopeia and taking her down. Not much she could do about that one. Lee Sin almost dead here. He's going to die to the dog, and that's going to actually give a kill to Cassiopeia. But with Broloff, Janna, and Ezreal in the base here, we could see a good game as soon as the next minute or two. These guys can deal out fairly decent damage. Janna tanking that tower for whatever reason. They only have 3 minions there. Broloff now going to tank the tower, and they are going to pick up a tower kill. And looks like they're going to back off as Hecarim is up now, and as is Rise. Those two died fairly early, and they're going to go get that blue buff, do some more objective control, try and deny Purple Team their objectives and their buffs. And Dragon will be up in 3 minutes with only 3 blues up. Well, all blue is going to be up in 2 seconds, but they are not in any position to take Dragon. We'll see what happens here. Ahri now in the top lane, getting some farm. Broloff coming up as well to help get some farm. Ahri backing off, letting him get some farm. I'm going to use the word farm as many times as I can in the next few farm. Hecarim now starting on this dragon buff. Blue team not aware of it. So Ezreal cannot ult down and try and pick it up. But if I don't think they're going to see it, and Ezreal's ult. But blue team's actually calling for a Baron now. They need to clean up some of those wards first, though. So I think they're going to go ahead and go for that red buff. And by red buff, I mean blue buff. Gosh. Well, I say things that I mean elsewhere. Other things. I mean things other... You know what I mean. You know. Trust me. Blue team picking up their blue buff, and it looks like they're definitely calling for a Baron now, but purple team looks like they're aware. Lee Sin kicking over that wall, and they're just dealing decent damage, throwing a kick over that wall. What's her name? Cassiopeia getting charmed there, and blue team really committing to this Baron, while Cassiopeia is trying to steal it, but blue team's going to get it. Everyone's going in now. Ahri getting ulted on, but she's going to break out her Zhonya's to keep herself alive. Ahri picking up a kill over Leona. A double kill for Ahri over Cassiopeia. Nass is breaking out his ult here, but it won't be enough. Double kill for Lee Sin. Picking up kills over Nasus and... who was it? I think it was Hecarim. And there's a surrender from the purple team. They knew that was going to be a good game right there. If they lost Baron and that fight, they knew that would be it. And they accepted defeat. And what are you going to do, right? They were getting really rolled here. 31-18 at 32 minutes. This is crazy. All these games I've been watching have been almost a kill a minute. If I were to, balance everything out, then I'd say it was probably a kill a minute for every game. Some were more, some were a little less, but I'd say it almost balances out. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I enjoyed myself. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun. I'm not sure that I'm casting tomorrow. I've got some stuff to do. But I'll be back as often as I can, because I love this game. I love this game, and I love you guys, and I love Game for Glory. So come back, watch some Euro games, watch North American games. I think someone's casting tonight. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but check it out. So I'll talk to you guys later.